Hey, thank you. I do need to tell you, though, I hated school, but I did eventually graduate from high school. And when I was in high school, we had this big shift from the 1990s to the 2000s, and I kind of missed the 90s. You guys kind of miss the 90s a little bit? I've been seeing a lot of people digging on the 90s recently, and I certainly miss them. So I thought I'd write a little song about that. This is a little bit of a sing-along song. Hey, Mr. Paul, can I get a little more guitar in the monitor, please? So you don't have to immediately sing it because you probably don't know it yet, because a lot of you don't know all of my songs. Maybe a little more. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Thanks, man. So this is called Where Did the 90s Go? Where did the 90s go? In answer to that question, well, I just don't know. But if you hear 'em knocking, please let 'em in. Wish it was 1990 again. Well, I came to this world back in 83. But the years that I spent my formative teens was the last decade of the previous century. A period that goes down in history with slackers and sneakers and MTV. We called it the 1990s. And my nostalgia gets an optimistic glaze as I'm hearkening back to those 90s days. The earth was cooler back in 91. Music on cassette and rock was grunge. The house was full and family mattered. Carlton Banks wore pastel sweaters. People walked a little taller. The sun shined a little bit brighter. And during an encore, you held up a cigarette lighter, not some cellular phone with an LED display. All this reminiscing makes me want to say, where did the 90s go? In answer to the question, well, I just don't know. But if you hear 'em knocking, please let 'em in. Wish it was 1990 again. Alone, listless, breakfast table in otherwise empty room. Young girl, violin, center of her own attention. Mother reads aloud, child tries to understand it, tries to make her proud. The shades go down, exit room, can't deny something is wrong. Don't call me daughter, not fit to be. The picture kept will remind me. Well, Molly was ecstasy and Courtney was Cobain. The world was taken over by Pinky and the Brain. 40 ounces to freedom and Snoop Doggy Dogg. And after school, kids would play with their pogs. There were 2 Woodstocks and 1 went up in flames. Then the 2000s came and everything seemed to change, 'cause some buildings fell down on account of planes and nuts. And if I'm gonna be completely honest, well, I think it was us. But on that particular topic, I think I shall digress and get back to this lecture at hand. They started reading our emails and tapping our phones. Targeted killings by predator drones. Surveillance that makes Orwell turn in his grave while we just buy, sell, pay, slave, and obey. It's about time I think somebody stood up to say, hey, hey, say it with me now. Where did the 90s go? In answer to the question, well, I just don't know. But if you hear 'em knocking, please let 'em in. Wish it was 1990 again. Well, maybe things ain't so different now as then. What with this war with Iraq and all them sanctions on Iran? Big fat bubbles, recession, Politicians lie now like they did back then. And they're gonna do it again in 3010, 'cause there's something about some men and women that make them wanna win. And there's something about a folk singer that makes him wanna sing, maybe even change my tune. Who really cares where the 90s went? My friends tell me that I gotta live in present tense. Then maybe one day I'll be the president. And the people of the free world I will represent. I will feed all the hungry and the armament. And then I'll call a special session of the government. I'll say, fellas and ladies, it's time we quit being so mean. And we put all of our efforts into building ourselves a time machine. And we set that clock 25 years back to the day. And we gather all of the people and we make everybody say, answer to the question, well, I just don't know. But if you hear them knocking, please let them in. Wish it was 1990 again. One more time, let's do it. Where did the 90s go? And answer to the question, well, I just don't know. But if you hear them knocking, please let them in. Wish it was 1990 again. I talk about being the president in that song. I do not want to be the president. How smooth was that? Look, my hair just got caught in my hair. I do not want to be the president.